Hello, it's Melinda from Alexis and Melinda's Art Space. Finally got around to trying out these little Birdie products. I bought these a couple of months ago. Time, where's time gone? These are from Lincraft, and I believe Little Birdie's available in like your cheap $2 shops, but I haven't seen them there. So I got some of these full price, and then I got some when they had their 40% off. So it'll be interesting to see if I like them, and I'll put them on my list to get when they're 40% off. So we've got, well, texture sand I'm not going to try, but I'm just holding that there. Matte gel medium, I'm interested to see how that works. I've got sprays. I don't usually do a lot of ink sprays, but I thought I'd give those a try. Fibre paste, that sounded interesting, and Alexis picked this purple sparkle. The purple sparkle was a bit expensive, that was $8. I think the sprays were about $7 or $8, $7 I think. And the gel medium I think was $8. So the gel medium compares in price to like Liquitex, because this is a 100ml jar. I think it was $8, and on special it compares to Liquitex, so it'll be interesting to see how the soft gel medium goes. So I've also got some, to try out the gel medium, I've got some tissue paper. So I think I'm going to spray in the background, spray through some stencils, maybe do some texture paste, pop some tissue paper down with the matte gel medium, throw some sparkle paste, maybe throw a stencil. I don't know. Let's just have a play. So I'm working in my altered book. I haven't prepped this page at all. I thought I'd go gesso free. Ooh, I'll go a bit naked. So I haven't gessoed my page, so this is just my altered book. So my altered book is getting really coloured at the moment. So I do have, sorry about the crinkling, I do have some sheets of Glad Bake here in Australia. Basically greaseproof paper, like you bake your cookies on or your biscuits on, to protect the next page and protect a bit of my spraying area as well. I do have some water. The only other thing I might need is some baby wipes, which I'll grab because I'm sure I'll get messy with the sprays. So I've got some baby wipes now. I like the Audi ones. They're nice and cheap and nice and thick. So they're like Huggies, but they're cheap. Okay, let's have a go. This is going to be a real-time video, like a real-time speaking video. Okay, let's have a go with, let's try not to make mud, Melinda. Okay, let's go with, maybe I'll just try a couple of the colours on one page, and then try a couple of the colours on another page. I don't know, we'll see how we go. We might throw them all on this page. I grabbed this tissue paper because it sort of had the colours. It had the purple, had like the orangey yellow, had the green, had the blue, and like the reddy colour. There were a few more colours. I didn't grab the brownie-osh colours. So these are it says hot pink colour splash. What's it say? Great to use on paper and other porous surfaces. Used directly or mixed with water to lighten. Great for mixed media and paper crafting. It doesn't say if it's like a dye one. They're made in Bangalore, India, I believe. So let's have a go. I don't need to shake them because they're not, like, they don't have pearlescent in it, so they're just flat sprays. Okay. That's an interesting colour. I suppose it is almost, oh, it's a bit more orangey than the bottle. Like, I thought it'd be a bit more of a deep pink. I know, it'd be interesting to see how it dries. So I'll throw some orange in here. So these might act like the Delusion sprays. I didn't get any of those. And let's throw some, maybe some green in it. I should have grabbed some paper towel. I'm a goose. That's okay. I will grab, I've got a roll of paper somewhere. I'll grab, I might dab up some of the colour. Ooh, don't want to make mud. Okay, let me grab a roll of paper. I just want to sop up some of the extra colour. So I'm going to see if I can, this is a roll of greaseproof paper from Coles or Woolworths here in Australia. It's got a shiny side and a flat side, so I usually work on the flat side and then glue the shiny side down. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Throw that over there. So it's acting like a Delusion spray, which is really cool. I've worked with them, but I don't own any of it. So let's just see if we can grab some of the excess spray, and that sort of moves it round as well. Be interesting to see if these sprays are permanent, as in not water reactive again, but I think they're going to be water reactive again. Let me see if I can do some ghosting with a stencil while it's still semi-wet. I'll grab a baby wipe. Probably not going to get ghosting because I don't have gesso down, but you never know. And I do apologise for the rocking of the camera. I'm hoping to fix my desk soon, in probably 2 months, and get a proper desk. Okay, a little bit of, sort of still a little bit of ghosting up there. Probably work better on gessoed surface, but I want to see how they work non-gessoed surface. Okay, it's going to be interesting how that dries. I wonder if I can pick it up, and I do apologise. Oh, that camera is rocking quite badly. I do apologise. Okay, now let me dry this off. Because this is a real-time video, I'm just going to, sorry, my cord is just tangled up with my laptop. I'm just going to dry this quickly and be back. Because this is a real-time video, I can't like take out the sound of the air, the heat tool. Hang on, I'll be back. Okay, so I've just heat dried that. Now we might try to just clean up this stencil that I had in the wet ink, so I don't put the wet ink down again. So it's dried quite nicely, like it's quite nice flat colour. It's sort of got a bit of the ghosting here that I could pick up when it was wet. But let's see if we can't spray through a stencil. Now, decisions. Am I going to go the same colour, or am I going to try to go a different colour and not make mud? Let's try the purple. So what have I done? I've done the pink, I've done the green, and I've done the pink, the green, and the orange. So I've got purple and blue to go. It has sort of muddied up a bit, but I did stick the green on top of it. That's okay. So I'm just going to hold my stencil down. Oh, this one is, and I'm going to put that down over here and stamp it. This sprayer is a bit funny, spraying everywhere. This is one reason I don't particularly like sprays, is I like to control where my colour's going. Let's see if I can't hold this down. And it's a bit hard to hold a stencil down in a book because my book is all lumpy. Let me just soak up that extra. When I art journal, I make so many extra pages. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's just, so we can't get any dots, and I'm trying not to spray all around my desk. I think I'm getting more on the stencil than I am on the book. It's probably user error, nothing to do with the sprays. Sorry about the ripping. I should pre-tore off some paper. Let me stick this down here. Go stamp. Let's see if I can't get that excess ink, because that's a bit of a waste if I go and wipe that off. So I'll just stamp that all over. I have to stuff my hand in it. That's right, I'm a messy crafter. I will put that over there to dry. And we might just stamp off the rest here, just to give it a bit of purple. So it does spray through the stencil. This colour's not sitting on top as much as I thought. It's sort of blending in. Let me dry that and see what it does when it dries, because it'd be interesting to see if it sits on top or sort of more blends in. So I've just dried off my book and these papers. So they are quite vibrant. They were the couple of ones I printed off the top with the orange and the pink. The purple is a bit deceiving. Oh, I suppose it is sort of true to colour. I assumed it would be a bit more vibrant. That's why it's not really sitting on top. But I don't mind that background. It's quite subtle, sort of. What are we going to play with next? Oh, there goes my heat gun on the floor. Hang on. I just ran over my cord. And you should see my desk. I've been doing stuff all day, and beyond the camera is just a blooming mess. But that's right. I wanted to have a break from doing worky stuff and have a bit of a play. And I've been meaning to play for these for ages, so I thought, why not? Excuse me, I'll roll up my sleeves. Excuse my disgusting hands. So I'm quite happy with that sort of background. What are we going to play with? Sparkle paste, texture paste, or Mod Podge? Let's go some texture paste. This says fibre texture paste, so I have a palette knife across there. Ooh, it smells very plasticky. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Probably wouldn't suggest sticking my nose right in it. So I just want to have a dig around and what I mean by fibrey texture paste. Ooh, okay. I don't know whether you can see that. It's like fibres in it, like cotton pieces. Ooh, this should be fun. Ooh, let's do... Be interesting to see whether this dries clear or... Okay, that's interesting. As I'm scraping it, I'm scraping all the fibres out of it. Okay. This might be a learnt technique. Got a whole bunch of fibres there. Interesting to see how this dries. You can sort of see the fibres in it, but if I scrape them too much, the fibres are all scraping in the one spot. Don't know whether this would work through a stencil because of the way the fibres are, but let's just put like a blobby thing around. It doesn't look like these sprays are actually reacting with this. Interesting when I get the matte gel medium out. The sprays might be permanent, which would be rather cool if they were. Okay. Let's just do that because I'll do a focal image there. Okay, just got to watch with these sort of texture paste and fibre paste, you do wash your either stencil or utensil or wipe it off with a baby wipe because it will dry like cement. Okay, while that is sort of drying, I'll dry that with a heat tool in a minute. I don't have a paintbrush. Let's go find a paintbrush, dry this off, and I'll come back and play with the matte gel medium because I'm interested to find out. Okay. So let me go find a paintbrush because they're all in the sink drying, and I will come back and I'll dry this off with the heat tool. Be interesting whether it dries white or clear. We shall see. Okay, so that's dried off. It's dried sort of white. I think it did pick up a bit of the colour. I'm just going to do a test on, this is just some water to see if this ink reactivates. Really hard to see on a dirty paintbrush, Melinda. Okay, let's get a baby wipe. Let's get a clean area in my baby wipe if we can. There we go, there's a clean bit on my finger. And we'll rub it over here and see what happens. Okay, it gets orange. I'm assuming that bit gets pink. So a little bit of the colour is going to come off when you reactivate with water, so it's not permanent, but that's okay. So it'll be interesting when I go on Mod Podge. Yeah, that's colours coming off. But it's soaked quite well into the paper. I'm going to stick a focal image here. Okay, so now let's try this matte gel medium. This was the most exciting thing I was excited about. I prefer Liquitex matte gel medium, but I only get it when it's on special, like 50% off or 40% off, because it's like 22 bucks or 25 bucks a jar, which is ridiculous. The jar's 2.5 times, so it's 250 mils. What's this? That's Mod Podge, but it's the same sort of size. So this is 100 mils, so it's 2.5 times, so it's 8, 16, $20. So 3 of these would be $20, but I can get them on special. I get them sort of 40% off, will make it really cool. Okay, so let's just grab some of this tissue paper. What I tend to do with my adhesives is every time Lincraft have a 40% off sale, I tend to stock up and go and spend $50 or $60 on adhesives. Or these I got from Spotlight when they were super duper special. So I tend to have lots, so I don't run out. And Alexis uses a lot of my art supplies as well. So, and the advantage with these small containers is that they won't dry out either. So it's quite, it looks like the Liquitex Matte Gel Medium. It's certainly spreading on very nicely. I'm just being careful not to go over it too much and activate the colour underneath. So I don't particularly want to do that. Let's just grab it out of the lid. So when I'm putting tissue paper down, I like to do sort of a generous coat underneath where I'm going to stick it. And then I go over the top as well. I'm going to go over the spine just to strengthen it a bit. I was going to put tape on the spine. Then what I tend to do is grab a fair bit of matte gel medium on my brush, start from the centre and sort of go out. So I like sticking tissue with matte gel medium because almost the white tissue disappears and becomes translucent and only the colours remain. So if you stamp on it, you'll see it a bit more when it dries. Let's just stick these other two bits down that I ripped off. Where are we going to put those? Put one up here, just because I can. So I'm liking this so far. It's quite like fluid, and you want one that's quite fluid for sticking down texture tissue paper, I should say. So it's not as Liquitex is a bit more like not so runny, but if this dries, let's stick a little bit down here. If this dries nicely and not glossy, that's the problem I have with matte Mod Podge. Even though it says matte on the container, it's still a little gloss, has like a little bit of a gloss when it dries. Now there was a gloss version of this, I believe. I bought this a couple of months ago. I'm sure there was a gloss version because this says matte on it. No, this is says acrylic soft gel or matte. Yeah, I'm sure there was a gloss one. So it'll be interesting to see how this dries. Let's just put a bit here without the tissue to see if you can see if it's gloss or matte. Okay, now we'll go and dry that. And then I've got a stamp here I'm going to play with a focal point in a minute. So let me pop my heat tool on and I shall be back in a minute. Okay, it's all dry. I've given it a few minutes. It was a little sticky when it was hot, but now it's cooled down. It's not. I don't know whether you can see. It is got a bit of a gloss to it. I'd probably say it's got as much sort of sheen to it as Mod Podge. It hasn't got... Liquitex Matte Gel Medium is usually like more matte. Some more of this. Oh, I can't rip tissue paper tonight. Made a big mess of that, didn't I? I'm going to add some bits of this tissue paper just because I can. And we need some more something on this page. So I'm going to go across like that. Through that bit. Oh, I might bring some of these down. Let's see if I can tear a bit with the straps going down. Oh, tissue paper only tears one way. Oh, it doesn't like me tonight. Really? I can't tear tissue paper tonight. We'll just do this. Put that there. That there. And that across there. So yeah, it does have a bit of a sheen to it, but for the price it's good. Probably as good as matte Mod Podge, probably not as good as Liquitex. It does say on that, I was just reading the jar, it does say you can mix it with paint to like thicken paint, and it does retain its texture of brush strokes, so it does dry a little textured. But it says you can use it as an adhesive as well. Be interesting to see how this one goes, this tissue paper goes, because there's more white spots in it. And I should have grabbed a bigger brush. There's actually a water barrel brush, but I'm not using it as a water barrel brush. It was just one of the ones I grabbed out of my, I'm trying to get no wrinkles in it, out of my paintbrushes. I like the size of this one, even though I probably should have grabbed a bigger one. It's got to be careful with tissue paper you don't tear it also, it's very thin, especially when you get it wet. I apologise if there's a bit of noise in the background. I do have my work machine running, but I have shut the doors, so you might hear a bit of humming in the background. Definitely should have grabbed a bigger brush. But the good thing is the ink is not sort of, usually when you have spray inks like that, especially Delusions, they're highly water reactive. And when you hit them with a bit of Mod Podge, you instantly get the colour coming up through. And you can pick the colour up in your paintbrush. I'm probably seeing it a little here, but it's not doing it as dramatically as I thought. Just trying to smooth this out. Stick this bit down. So I'm liking these products. I like trying new products here in Australia and seeing if there's a cheap product that does exactly the same thing as Liquitex Matte Gel Medium. I will buy the cheaper product, and then I've got more money to use on more expensive things that you can't get a cheap equivalent to. And I like the smaller jar. I tend to find, even with these big jars of matte Mod Podge, when you get down to the quarter, like quarter of it left, or even down to a third, and you don't use it up quickly, even with the Liquitex Matte Gel Medium, it tends to dry out, and even with gesso, it tends to dry out as well. Like, I love these big tubs of Montmark gesso, but again, when you get down to about a quarter, a lot of air gets trapped in there, and then you, like, your product can dry out if you're not using it quickly. I also found that with Delusions paints. I must get my Delusions paints out and get my gel plate out and use them up, because they are drying out. I love the paint, I just don't like the jars they're coming. Okay, now I'm going to go dry that off, and we've got sparkle paste to play with. I might do a focal point image. I've got a stamp here that I'm going to do with a focal point image. Whoops. Or a couple of focal point images, and then I'm just going to smooth this out with my finger, because I didn't really like the brush strokes in it when it dried before. So just smoothing that out with good old fingers. Okay, so I'll go dry that off. Bit of a rambly video tonight, but I'm having fun. I don't even know what, look at the time. Okay, it's not that bad, it's 11 o'clock at night. But hey, that's sometimes when my playtime comes. I'll dry this off and I'll be back. Okay, so I've grabbed a stamp set. I want to do a bit of stamping in the background. And then I've got this one. This is a Dina Wakley stamp. Or is it Delusions? I think it's Dina Wakley. I want to do a person. So, I can't find a stamping block, so I'm going to use a credit card. I've got to clean up my art space because I can't find a damn thing at the moment. I think I'm going to circle. These are Audi stamps from possibly 2 years ago. I didn't actually get any of the Audi stuff this year. I was well behaved and good. Only because I hadn't used last year's stuff. So I've got an archival ink pad. Hang on, just checking I'm recording. Yes, I am. Got to get up to see the little red dot that says REC. Okay. So just want to put some circles around, just to give it a bit of interest and go off the page. Trying to get all my stuff organised, so when I go to find a stamping block, which I have several of, or several things I can use as stamping blocks, I can actually find the darn things. At the moment, I can't find a darn thing in my stash. Because I don't really have a craft area. I have a trestle in the lounge room I craft on, and I have a sort of bookshelf that gets shoved with all my stuff. And when I need the trestle for work, everything has to come off and go somewhere. And usually then it gets lost somewhere. So it's stamped quite well over the Matte Gel Medium, which is really cool. I like that. That's really cool. Okay, now focal image. I'm wanting some of this paper, and I'm the world's messiest crafter. Like, I was teaching classes the other day at Craft Alive, and I had stuff everywhere and kept losing stuff. Now, which stamp do I want to use? Actually, I think I like this one. So my idea is, stamp's probably a bit small for the size of my page. Maybe I'll stamp a few. Okay. So I'm going to stamp them onto tissue, and then I want to put this tissue on because I want to try with this, because this tissue, as you can see, the white almost disappeared. Or maybe I'll get real tissue. I've got real tissue somewhere. Nah, let's try this because I've got this in my hand. This is fake tissue, no. This is greaseproof paper and almost disappears. But it'd probably be nice to have a bit of translucentness to it. Okay, so how many am I going to stamp? One. Unless I do all three of them. This is the bit I get to when I can't decide what I want to do. And I'm going to stamp in the purple because I can't find my blanking pad. Can't find something. What a surprise. These really need to be bigger. I don't have any bigger stamps. I'm just going to have a play with my stamps. I think we do. Let's do a line of them across the middle, and let's do that one again, and then do maybe this one again right across the middle. And I really need a stamping block because that's gonna not work. This will work. Oh my god, I improvise a lot with my stamps. Okay, let's, I just need something to hold on to this stamp with. Let's grab my archival ink, and I'm going to do it in purple because that's the ink I've got available to me. So let's get it nice and juicy. And this is really pathetic. I'm using the packet of stamps as something to hold my stamp and stamp with. Doesn't matter if I don't get it perfect. I'm not looking for perfect stamping. Okay, let's put that one aside. Let's go him next. I don't like using a lot of stamp blocks in my art journal anyway because it's uneven and hard to stamp anyway, so this probably works just as well. Let's try to line them up so they're all, I can put them on a ground, like standing on something. I don't like things floating on my art journal pages. Oh, I didn't get his shoulder. Let's see if I'm lining back up again. Excuse if my head gets in the way. Yep, stamped his shoulder a bit more. Because I'm working in an altered art journal, I've obviously got lumpy bumpy stuff under there. Let's do this one. This is probably the wrong way to stamp, so don't stamp like mine. I just want to get this done. I just want to play and I can't be bothered going looking for a stamp block. I do have my Tim Holtz stamping thing I should get out and stamp these with. I've got a stamping platform. But again, I just can't be bothered. Okay. So what one do we go next? Let's not do them in a pattern. Let's just do this one again because I like him. Is it a him or is it her? It looks more like a him. The others look like hers. I want to get some more of Diane Ridley's stamps. I reckon they're really cool. I want to get some of her big face stamps. She's got a couple of really cool big face ones. That would look really, really cool. Okay. Now, I like odd numbers, so let's see if I can fit another one. Another one on. Would it matter if I... Okay, let's get another bit of paper, because then I can... As you can tell, I cut my bits of paper real straight. Let's do... Not that one. Let's put that one back. Let's do this one, because I don't want them in a pattern. Miss Alexis, if she was here, she'd say, do them in a pattern, Mum. I don't want to do that. I just want them random. Random chaos is my art journal. I'm actually quite happy with this page. I got a Stipilo oil pencil the other day. If you're after Stipilo oil pencils and you're here in Australia, Officeworks have them. But just bear in mind, you can't actually walk into an Officeworks and get them. I had to order. Some of the bigger stores might, like some of your Metro stores in Melbourne and Sydney, like the big ones, might carry them in store. But my store didn't, so I had to order them. Hilariously funny story. They sent them in a box. So I got one pencil in like almost like length of a pencil, like a box like this. So the guy goes and gets my order because they're out the back, and he opens the box because they sort of open the box in front of you and check that everything's there before you leave. And there was a white pencil. I ordered a black and a white one. I said, isn't there a black pencil? He goes, let me go check. They'd sent 2 pencils in 2 separate boxes. I ordered them at the same time. And it was hilarious because the second one, the black one, come in a Ziploc bag, in a humongous Ziploc bag. I can probably show you because I've just got them over here. I'm just going to be careful of my, don't want to show my address. Okay, so the second pencil came in a huge Ziploc bag in a bigger box. And I was just laughing with the guy hysterically because all I ordered was 2 pencils. And he said, all you ordered was 2 pencils. I said, well, I come into store and you didn't have them in store. So I had to order them. I said, I want the other colours now because there's about a few other colours of the Stabilo All pencils. I said, I'll have to go home and order them. And he goes, I bet they come in separate boxes. That was just funny. So yeah, if you're after Stabilo, if you don't know what a Stabilo All pencil is, while I'm just flipping this paper, it is a pencil that writes over just about any surface. It'll write over in your art gel, it'll write over paint, it'll write over matte gel medium, it'll write over like shiny surfaces, it'll actually write on glass. And then you can hit it with some water, and I'll show you in a minute, and you can like create shadows around things. So I might even outline these and then hit them with a bit of water. Do I want to individualize them? Because that one looks funny. Okay. Yes, I do want to individually see if I can tear these out. So yeah, I just thought it was hilarious that these 2 pencils come in a huge box. If you pick up in store, if you have a local Officeworks store, it's free. Like, you don't have to pay for shipping to get it to the store, and then you just go and pick it up in the store. So the pencils are like $1.97 or something each. They're under $2. So I wonder how much it cost them for the box and for the shipping to the store for my 2 pencils. They probably lost out in money, poor Officeworks, but that's okay. Let's just throw all these small bits in my bin I've got here. That was just my laugh of the day. I went in Friday night. I was going to wait till Tuesday, and I couldn't. I didn't want to go into town. I don't drive, and I didn't want to catch a bus into town. It'll take me like 25 minutes to catch a bus into town, plus waiting for the bus. So about an hour trip, and I'm thinking, do I need to do anything else in town? Do I really need the pencils? I wanted them to play with, but I didn't really need to them. I needed to stay home and do some work, and then I thought, bugger it, I'm child free. Alexis is out for the evening, so I decided to run in and get my pencils. And had a big laugh when they were in the huge box. Let's just take a bit off this one. I'd had trouble finding the Stabilo All pencils. I found them on a couple of websites and even on eBay, and I had to buy a whole box. They were like $5 each. So when I saw them on the Officeworks site, I sort of googled the number, and the number, the item number of the pencil, the Officeworks doesn't actually say they're water soluble, or what's the word? It's on here somewhere. Acrable. In other words, water soluble. So it didn't actually say on the website whether they were, and when I was in store I asked, and they go, oh, we don't know, we're only Officeworks, we don't know anything. So I thought for $4 I'd try them. Are we still recording? Are you listening to me waffle? Yes you are. So I decided to try them for $4, and if not I would have a black and a white pencil, and they work really well. I tried them out last night. So they work really, really well. Let's see how this paper works. I wonder if this paper is going to go. It goes, ooh, it's actually working a bit better than I thought it was. I've used it before when I've done gel printing, and you can sort of see the whiteness. So it doesn't disappear as well as tissue paper does. but it works just as well. It works like deli paper, but we can't readily find deli paper in Australia, but this is the closest I've found to deli paper. It's in a roll. It's like $2 from off Woolworths or Safeway. It's like their home brand. It's called greaseproof paper. It usually comes in a roll for like 30 meters, and I like to gel print on it because it's quite thin, and when you're doing layers, it's obviously not going to go very translucent on that white texture paste. But yeah, so I like to gel print on it, and I like to just use it to roll off extra paint when I've got extra paint. Let's try to keep these in a row, Melinda. Like when I've got extra paint, like you saw me with the extra ink, it's just paper that I grab and then I eventually use. So this is actually going quite translucent. Obviously not where the, as I said, obviously not where the texture paste is, because it's more of an opaque product, but it's going translucent where, oops, there goes my lady. I breathed too hard. Obviously going a lot more translucent where it's just on the coloured background, which is quite cool. I could have cut around the shapes a lot closer, but I'm going to do something funky with the Stabilo oil pencil today too. What have we got to use up? We've got to use our sparkle paste. What I'm going to do is sparkle paste with this. Oh, I'm liking this page. Very Diane Reevely inspired. No, the other one, Dina Wakley. Well, I don't know whether Dina Wakley does 6 shapes across her page. How many have I got? I've got 5 shapes. So I'm quite happy with how translucent that is going. That is really cool. Okay. Now what I might do, because I don't like the brush lines, is what I did before is just run over it with my finger and sort of smooth out the brush lines, and it might give it a smoother finish. And I get to get my hands all icky. If you do that gently enough, I shouldn't disrupt the paper. Sticky hands! Ew, baby wipe time. Hang on, baby wipe time. Now I think I'll go dry that, and I think I have to change my SD card in my camera. I only can film 45 minutes at once, and I think I've been waffling for that long. So I may go, let me have a look how many minutes I've got left. 6 minutes. Can't finish the page in 6 minutes. Okay, I'll go dry that off. I will go change my SD card, or I've got to just transfer the files to my laptop and come back, and I'm going to finish it with some Stabilo oil. I think some black will make it pop. And oh, then we're going to add sparkle paste, and then we're done. That's cool. I'm really happy with this page. That is really cool. I reckon some black around the edge. I'll do some black around the figures, black around the circles, and black border, and I reckon it will just pop. Maybe. Oh, that's sticky stuff. Okay, let me go dry these off. Okay, I decided to add my sparkle paste. Oh my god, it's late. I should go to bed. Sparkle paste. And then I will let it all dry and then convert the video. So I've dried all this off. This is really cool. So where am I going to add some sparkle paste? So this just looks like glitter glue. This I thought was a little expensive for what it was. So I'm just going to scrape some through a stencil and see what it looks like. Ooh, it's very sparkly. And why am I speaking like a 3-year-old? Because I'm tired. Unfortunately, a lot of my crafting is done in the wee hours of the morning, because that's about when I get my work done, or when I get child-free time. So I'll definitely be watching out for when Lincraft have their 40% off, which they tend to do nearly every 3 months. I've noticed the pattern. They've just obviously done one for June, which is like June stock take. I reckon there'll be another one. It's definitely usually one for Christmas. It's usually one at Easter. It's usually one at June. They had 40% off a little while ago. So I reckon they're probably due for another one in September, October. Possibly September. There's sort of been a bit of a pattern of them sort of a 40% off or a 30% off sale. And these would be good to grab when they have got that sale on. The only problem is I got most of these at, the first lot of these I noticed at Sunbury, which is about an hour and a half by train away. Alexis had an appointment down there. And they had like a whole end cap and they had all the colours. And when I went to my local store, they only had probably about half the range. So maybe when they have 40% off, it might be worth Alexis and I going on a train trip. If I want some more stuff. Because certainly I don't think that sparkle is worth $8. If I got it for $4, yeah, better price. This would be good price for $4, or I think that was $8, so it'd be even $5 that'd be a good price for. Ooh, that is sparkly. So it's got this one that had a huge bunch of colours. This is Blushing Berry, so it's got a bit of a pink tinge to it, and it's got like iridescent glitter in it. So let's dry all that off, change my camera battery, and I will come back and do some, or do you reckon I'll leave it? Do some with the black pen. Black Stabilo All. See, this is the problem I have. I don't know when to stop. Now, I don't know whether to stop and leave that page or come in with some black. I think it needs a bit of black because you can still see the text in the background. So there's nothing else black on the page. And I tend to like to do a couple of spots of the colour. Like I've got the purple stamping circles and I use purple here. And then sort of the purple sparkle paste. And yeah, I think I need some black. What's the worst I could do? Is wreck it. And usually I do an art journal page and go, yeah, I should have stopped like 3 steps ago, but that's all right. I'm having fun. That's the main thing about art journaling. This camera is flashing at me. It's saying, hurry up, Melinda. I'm about to turn off because I'm running out of memory. Well, I'm not saying goodbye yet. Stop waving fingers. I will be back. Yeah, I think it needs some black because the text. Maybe it needs a border and then it may do some work on the figures. Okay. I'll think about it while I'm drying it off. Okay, all dried off. I like that sparkle paste. It sort of dries a bit raised, and you can sort of see, the sparkle. Now, this is what I struggle with art journaling. Do I stop? Do I keep going? We're going to keep going. So these are my 2 Stabilo All pencils. So I've got the black one and the white one, and they work really well. I tried the white one on black gesso, and it worked quite well. You'll see that upcoming video soon, hopefully, maybe in a month, when that will get scheduled. So you can draw on paper, glass, metal, plastic, and they're really cool. So let's see what I stuff up. What I'm thinking is I'm going to draw around the glitter paste just to, it's drawing nicely over the matte gel medium, the soft gel medium they call it. So it's a really soft pencil, the Stabilo All. So if you're searching for it at Officeworks, Stabilo is S-T-A-B-I-L-O, and then it's A-double-L after it. So even though they don't say they're water soluble on the Officeworks website, they are the pencil. As I said, I've had a hard time tracking them down, so it's awesome Officeworks have them. I'm going to go and get the other colours. I believe there's about 8. I wish there was a brown. There's a graphite, which will be interesting to see what colour that is. I think that's like a grey. I'm assuming they're all water soluble as well. And I'm probably going to grab a couple more black ones just to have in my stash in case Officeworks stop having them, because they're only $2. And as you can see, I've used this one twice, and I nearly have to sharpen it again. Actually, I like that. That's really cool. Don't know whether I'm going to hit that with water or not. You don't have to hit it with water. You can just use it as like a waxy pencil and it will just stay there. Very rarely do you get other pencils or other pencils. I've been using just a normal watercolor pencil, just one I got from China. Doesn't do as good a job as the Stabilo All, and it doesn't sometimes want to write on gel medium or acrylic paint. But this is like going over nicely. It must be just the formula in the paint. Let's just add, and I'm going to have to go find a sharpener. Let's just go add a couple more circles, because it's getting quite blunt. And I don't know where a sharpener is. Now, what do I want to do? What I want to do is do just a line of a border, and then I want to hit it with a bit of water. So as you can see, when you hit it with water, it just, this is why I love it. It's great for like when you stick a magazine picture on. It's great to just outline it, and it gives it a bit of a shadow, and it just makes the shadow and looks like that scribbly border's sort of alright. Doesn't look like you got much there, but when you go and hit it with water, it's really water soluble. So when I go and hit this with water, it's awesome. So what was I saying? Just going to be careful not to get my dots. Lost train of thought. Yeah, like goes on really, really nicely. Now, am I going to do anything with... You can draw wet on wet, so I can go up here and put a bit more colour in where it wasn't dark enough. So you can draw in wet as well, which is really, really cool. Okay, I'm loving the border. I think the people need some black on them. But I should have done the people first, because I'm going to get my hand in black. What I might do is just go dry off that border, otherwise I'm just going to make a blooming mess. Okay, all dry, so it has dried off a little. What I'm going to do is try to add some details to these people without... I should go find my pencil sharpener, but I'm being lazy. I just want to add some sketchy detail lines just to make them stand out a bit more. I don't know whether I'm going to hit this with water or just leave it. I think it just brings it up to the next level when you sort of just add a bit of black. It doesn't have to be much, like I'm not hitting every line or every detail, I'm not being quite exact. I'm just sort of really need to sharpen my pencil. Let me get to the stage where it won't work in a minute. This is why I want all my stuff organised, because I really don't know where the pencil sharpener is. I probably have better luck going and looking at Alexis's stash. I should go ask her. But she's probably asleep at this hour of the night. I haven't gone and checked on her for a while. I'm going to love this pencil. This is really, really cool. I'm glad I found... I think that just looks... I don't know, what do you think? Should I have stopped and not added the black? Let me know below. Be interesting to do some live streams one day and ask you, should I stop or should I not? Because different people have different opinions, so not always... just darken that up a bit on the edge, and I really need to go sharpen this damn thing. So they are quite soft, so it does blunten quite well, quite fast, but I have done sort of a lot of drawing on this, so I'm looking to do some live streams when I hit 1,000 subbies, probably towards the end of this year, early next year. That will be interesting. Just got to get a new area set up, and I can't live stream from my video camera. At the moment I film on a 11-year-old video camera. It still works, why change? But I can't live stream from it. I can just record from it. I could live stream from my phone, but I've got to have 1,000 subbies. YouTube have brought new rules out. I could live stream from a computer, but I'd have to go and buy a what is it, a webcam. I wonder if my laptop would do it. Probably the webcam on my laptop probably wouldn't work, because it's like attached to the screen. I don't think I'll get the angle right. Okay, I think I'm done. Stop drawing, but I don't know. Oh, that's just a timer that's going off. Turn that timer off. There's my page. So, end verdict. Do I like them? I like the soft gel matte medium. It's a little shiny, but it works. If I can get them 40% off, be good cheap product. I think these were $6 or $8. I can't remember. And they're not on the Lincraft site, which is a pain. Otherwise, I would order them when they had the 40% off. I like the colour sprays. They were pretty cool. I like the glitter gel, glitter sparkle. The only thing I don't like about that is the price. It's a bit pricey for $8. The only other things that we didn't try, which I will try one day, is texture sand. Obviously to mix into things, and Alexis bought these little crystal drops, which are like little, they just look like little offcuts of plastic. They're probably a waste product they found and decided to market. These were $4, so they weren't that badly priced. They would be great for mixed media to drop into glue and paint over. And then I also got a glue I haven't tried either. Texture tack. So they said crystal drops to glue that down with the texture tack. I think it's a thicker glue. Again, I think this was only $6 or something. So I haven't opened this one yet. Apparently this goes tacky and I could foil with this as well. So we'll have to try this. What does it say? Apply using a brush or sponge and leave surface for 30 minutes to get maximum tackiness. Perfect for mixed media and student projects. Can also make customized stickers. Ooh, customized stickers. Suppose you let it go tacky and then you can stick stuff with it. So that I'll have to try in another video. But again, I do like the small bottles of stuff because, as long as it's a small price, because then it doesn't dry out. So watch out for that coming up in a video. I might try that. So what colour didn't we try? We didn't try the blue. But I do like the sprays. The sprays are kind of cool. I believe the sprays were $7. So if I could get them for 40% off, they'd be like $4, $4.20 or something. Which would be a really cool price. Awesome. I'm just going to stop rambling now and say goodbye because this will be quite a long video. So what do you think of my page? Should I have added the black or do you like the black? Let me know below. And let me know if you've tried any of these little birdie products. Or if you've seen them in Lincraft. Not that I'm sponsored by Lincraft at all. I buy these with my own money. I just like to play with new products. Who doesn't like to play with new products? And I like to find affordable products. Especially when they go on sale. Bye for now.